You're tuning into the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, the only wrestling podcast covering WWE, AEW, and TNA. Let's get uncooked, uncorked, and uncensored.
What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity NC, and you are joining me as I cover All Elite Wrestling Dynamite 300 live from July 2nd, 2025 in Ontario, Canada. This is my second week of covering AEW Dynamite, so I'm excited to see what this episode would give us, leading us into All In this Saturday on pay-per-view. But kicking off Dynamite, Hangman Adam Page comes out, and Hangman says, I have said plenty about how much this company and title mean to me. I made a promise at All In I would win to free that title, and that's a vow I make with my life. You would have to kill me before I let this chance pass me by. You and me will go to war in a Texas death match, John Moxley. And that's when the AEW champion Moxley and Marina Shafir come out. Moxley says, at All In, you want to put all your chips on the table? No. At All In, you're going to lose because you don't want to win. You're happy where you are. It's safe. You won the Owen Hart tournament because it wasn't really the top of the mountain. I live in pressure. People call them the best. That's basic bitch shit. I will show them exactly what a champion looks like. You don't have it inside of you for a Texas death match with me. You wouldn't walk away from this match. And then Paige slaps John Moxley and grabs a fork, but Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli come out and attack Paige. Marina slaps Adam Page, and Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler continue to attack Adam Page. And Claudio hits a neutralizer to Page. Page gets on the mic and says, is that the best you got? Sends your nerd lapdogs because, bitch, I'm still standing. That's when Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs come out and sort of block the BCC from getting involved. Adam Page grabs the Marina Shafir, gets into the ring, but then she drops the briefcase holding the AEW World title. Page says, I have something of yours. Give me the Texas Death Match. Moxley says, you want it, you got it. Adam Page then hands Marina the case and says, hold on, I forgot. Mox, you said I didn't have what it took. In case you need a reminder, I'll do whatever it takes. And then Adam Page lays out Marina Shafir with a buckshot lariat. I'm excited for this match. It's going to be bloody. The Texas Death Match is usually pretty chaotic, but I didn't really like the way that this storyline is kind of progressing, because Adam Page has always proven that he'll do whatever it takes to win, even with his storyline with Swerve Strickland. So I don't understand why Moxley doesn't think that Page is ready for a Texas Death Match. It was cool to see him lay out Marina Shafir, since she always gets involved in everyone's matches. But we're definitely going to see Moxley and Page at All In now in a Texas Death Match. We then get AEW Women's Champion Timeless Toni Storm. She comes out to ringside for commentary for this next match. There's a cake that says Happy 300 Dynamite. There's champagne. And AEW TBS Champion Mercedes Moné comes out to defend against Mina Shirakawa. Mercedes lands a flying Meteora, and then Mina rams Mercedes' leg across the ring post and applies a figure 4 across the post. Moné applies a statement maker. Mina DDTs Mercedes on the floor. Mercedes lands a flying Meteora off the apron to the floor as well. Mina lands a sit-out slam for a 2. Mercedes hits the super leg blower for a 2 count. And then Mercedes rolls up Mina to retain the AEW TBS Championship. After the match, Moné hits Mina. Toni gets in to check on Mina, but Mercedes hit Toni in the back with the AEW TBS title. Mercedes and Toni Storm will compete at All In. And I thought this was a very good match between Mina and Mercedes. Now that Mina is a part of AEW, we're going to be seeing a lot more of her. And Mercedes is a great competitor, although I don't think she deserves all those titles. I do like her as a wrestler, so I am excited for Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. We see promos of the Young Bucks arriving in their hometown, going to their high school, basically mocking how poor it is. We then get a fatal 4-way for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. MJF with the tag champions, the Hurt Syndicate, defeat AR Fox, Anthony Bowens, and Brody King after MJF applies the salt of the earth to AR Fox. After the match, Mark Briscoe comes out and says MJF has a tiny pickle and challenges MJF to a mic battle next week on Dynamite. After that altercation, Jet Speed run out and brawl with the Hurt Syndicate. The Hurt Syndicate destroy Jet Speed, who continue to get up and continue to call on the Hurt Syndicate, although they continue to get destroyed. Kevin Knight says, it's you know how to hurt people, but if you want to keep those titles, you'll have to kill us. Your mama must have taught you to fight because you hit like a bitch. And the Hurt Syndicate just fucking destroy these two, but they continue to get up, and we're going to see at All In. It was announced on Collision, the Hurt Syndicate versus Jet Speed versus Christian Cage and Nick Wayne for the AEW Tag Team titles. Next up, we have Konosuke Takeshita and the Young Bucks defeating Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and the Ring of Honor champion Bandito after Takeshita lands the Raging Fire to O'Reilly for a 3 count. After Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay attacks the Young Bucks, Swerve says, "We want that match at All In." Matt Jackson says, "Hell no. What do we get out of it?" Ospreay says, "If you accept and beat us, then we can't challenge for the AE title for a whole entire year." Swerve looks confused, but Matt says, "You got a deal only if Swerve wants it too." And it looks like Ospreay and Swerve are on the same page here, but I do think that Ospreay and Swerve have a good chance to win that match at All In. Speaking of Swerve and Ospreay, they're in tag action against the Beast Mortis and Dralistico. They get the win, Ospreay and Swerve, after landing a Swerve Stomp / Stormbreaker combo, and then Ospreay lands a Styles Clash. Swerve has house called to Dralistico, and Ospreay and Swerve get momentum into All In. Next, we have Kota Ibushi taking on the AEW Continental Champion Okada with Don Callis and Lance Archer. A lot of back and forth action between these two long-standing rivals. Ibushi punches Okada in the corner and lands a clothesline. Okada lands a neck breaker on his knee and a flying elbow drop for a 2. Ibushi lands a super sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. And Okada hits a drop kick and a rainmaker to win this match here. After Okada, Callis, Archer, and Rocky Romero stomp Kota Ibushi, and that's when AEW International Champion Kenny Omega runs out with a steel chair. Trent gets in the ring, but Omega knees Trent, and Ibushi lands a German suplex, and the Golden Lovers are back together here. We're going to see Omega versus Okada at All In, so a lot more to look forward to with that card. We're just a couple of days away from the pay-per-view. It's one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year for AEW. I'm excited to watch it. It will be on Saturday, July 12th, competing with Saturday night's main event. A lot more coming your way. We've got Attitude Year, Survivor Series. We've got SmackDown, Raw. As I mentioned, Saturday night's main event, Evolution, TNA Slammiversary. A lot happening in the month of July. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube to stay notified when new content is created. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.